Okay, we are live. We are recording. Everyone said hi already, but I love that. For those, if you're watching this on YouTube, the weirdest thing just happened. The song that I played, the channel song that just came through was called "Blood on the Sheets," and then Puff literally said, "I take this as a direct sign because I did in fact bleed on my sheets." Woo! Okay, let's get into the collective, girls, ladies, gays, and theys. Imagine if I was like, sorry, no straight men are allowed here. I would never say that, but imagine if I did. I'm not saying anything yet. I'm saying nothing. Absolutely nothing will be said until I get all the cards out. Oh, you guys are so funny. Oh, I can't. Oh. Oh, interesting. I don't feel like... Okay. The glasses are coming off, everyone. The channel is starting. If you're new here, if you've never seen me before, I take my glasses off because it helps me channel and connect to people on the other side. So, let's dive in. Bottom of the deck is your challenge. 4 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 6 of Wands. I don't feel like this is like a love reading per se, like romantic love reading. I feel like we're talking about just how you guys are struggling to feel worthy in general, like the worthiness wound connected to the capitalism wound of like, I have to produce if I want to be worthy. And like I said, this is not like specifically love. This is not specifically like romantic love, maybe, but just love in general, self love, friend love, familial love, all of these different forms of love. Maybe that's why the lovers are really here. But it feels like with this 4 of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Wands, some of you guys could find that you're maybe in a little bit of like a lull right now, is how my guides are saying this to me, like lull, specifically with your like creativity, like creativity and your passions. It feels like some of you guys could be hitting a wall about like, well, I want to create, but I don't know what I want to create. And the reason I feel like a lot of you guys don't know what you want to create is because you're not creating to create, you're creating for validation. And I feel like a lot of you guys, this reading in general just feels like a, you know, like kind of like a, how do we reject creation for the sake of capitalism? How can we reclaim creativity, creation, and all of these things without feeling like it has to lead to something that someone else tells us is valuable? Okay, so let's dive in. Let's talk about it. You start with the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. For some of you guys, you could be in creative fields. Like, this is more so, I feel like, for a lot of you guys that are like producing something here. Obviously not like producing music, but like you're making something, you know, you are creating, you could be selling, you know, artists, things like that. And it feels like for a lot of you guys, you kind of, again, are hitting this creative wall right now of, you know, what do I even want to, let's say you're an artist, you're like, well, what do I even want to draw? What do I even want to paint? What am I actually really passionate about here? Because with the Lovers and the Fool, I feel like it's almost like you guys don't want to, a lot of you are sitting in like decision limbo. And I feel like you don't want to decide because you don't really know where you want to place your spoons right now. You know, I feel like some of you guys are putting off making choices because the spoon draw is so tight. you know? And there's like, the way my guys are saying this is so funny because they're like, yeah, and there's a couple of sporks in the spoon draw. That's like the kind of draw we're working with today. It feels like you don't really know where to direct those spoons, you know, or even sporks. Where do I put them? I think the title of this reading on YouTube is literally going to be called, like, Sporks and the Spoon Draw? Three of Swords. Blah. Nine of Wands. A lot of you guys, like, there's familial wounds here. We could be talking about the father wound today. The Emperor is here. Feels like a lot of you guys, like, you may have had a father figure in your life that didn't view things as worthwhile unless it had a monetary value attached to it. You know, it feels like with the Four of Swords here and the Nine of Wands, some of you could have had a father, because you also have the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Swords here, that were like, oh, like, art is all fun and games, but, like, how much money have you made? You know, it's almost like the way my guides are saying this to me is a lot of you guys had your whimsy stolen from you. And now this is a sore spot because a lot of you work in whimsical fields. You work in creative fields. You work with the creative part of the brain and the creative process, and you don't know how to interject whimsy back into it. You're just like, well, what's going to get me the most money? Babe, what do you want to do? Obviously, we exist in capitalism and we have to care about money, but your creative process should not be stifled by the thought of, well, I'm not going to do this drawing because it's not going to get me money. Do you see what I mean here? I feel like a lot of you guys are at this crossroads now where you're like, okay, I have passion to do this, but it might not bring me money. But the way my guides are telling me this is like, money follows passion. You know, passion begets monetary value. So if you are a creative putting out drawings, and sorry, I feel like I have something just like sitting on my nose right now and it's really annoying me. I'm assuming it's my mustache, but whatever. A lot of you guys really have this passion to put something out, but you're so scared it's not going to be received well. But what you're not understanding is like passion translates. If you do a drawing and you put a piece of art out there and you are passionate about it, it's palpable. You know, people can see it. Like the way my guides are saying this to me is kind of funny because it's almost like kind of really obvious. Like think of museums. The things that hang in museums are what people are the most passionate about and the most proud of. Okay, so like that brings people in. With the Nine of Swords and the King of Pentacles, maybe you have to wait a little bit to find your niche. Maybe you have to wait a little bit to find your satisfaction. But in that interim, does that mean you should give up? A lot of you are just like, oh, that's mean. I'm going to say it. A lot of you guys have a really bad habit of getting challenged and then throwing the towel in immediately. You won't even attempt to face the challenge. And your guides are kind of like, hey, this isn't getting you anywhere. You avoiding the challenge because it's too hard doesn't actually inspire any sort of growth here. It inspires complacency, okay? Because with the Emperor and the Four of Wands, a lot of you guys are still more committed to what other people think about your art and your creative process and your work than you are. You know, it's like, why is it not good enough to just like the things that you're creating? You know, why is it not enough to just enjoy the things that you have passion about, the things that you enjoy? Why do you need someone else to tell you that it's okay to like that for you to like it? Thank you. Yeah, Two of Wands. The way my guides are saying this is funny. If you're chasing validation, you'll never get off the treadmill. The more you chase outside validation, the more you outsource your own authenticity. The less authenticity you have, the worse your life feels. Do you understand this cycle now? It is literally cyclical. You keep outsourcing your authenticity. So then you have nothing authentic, you don't do something authentic, and then everything feels bad because you're not doing something authentic. High Priestess, Ace of Cups in the reverse. I mean, quite literally, a lot of you are not listening to yourself because you're pouring into a cup for someone else that doesn't feel good to you. You know, you've got the King of Swords here and the Two of Wands. Again, a lot of you guys need to really sit with and understand. The way my guys are saying this is kind of funny. Like, you're a fucking adult. We're not 13 years old anymore. We're not 14 years old anymore. Why are you so concerned with outside validation? Why can't you, being a capable adult, being happy and proud of the work you're doing, be enough for you? Why isn't that good enough? Ooh, good journal prompt my guides want me to give you. You need to journal about, like, why aren't I good enough for me? High Priestess, Ace of Cups in reverse. Because that's why you keep pouring your cup out. You keep pouring your cup out into someone else's cup who, quite frankly, I'm going to be really mean here, doesn't give a shit about you. Doesn't care about the things you like. Doesn't care about what makes you happy. Doesn't care about your passions. You pour your cup out for these other people, this other person, because you don't know why your voice is not good enough for you. That's what you guys need to work on here, okay? I'm going to get you an oracle card. I'm a good friend, Hodge. I stab you in the front. Okay? I tell you. At least I give you a Band-Aid. Right now, you're pouring it out to people that shoot you and then ask you, why are you so upset? Your card for you guys tonight is off. The Angel of Anger. Telling y'all. Some of you be pissed. Some of you be real pissed about this. It's number 23. Okay. It is easy to see the clear danger that comes with naked anger. Be careful, as avoidance is rarely an option. The relentless nature of this persona can only be countered with empathy, which is its weakness. Consider the ways in which your own insecurities might be inadvertently nourishing feelings of malice hiding in your shadow. How much of your own insecurities are what is actually pissing you off? Are you actually mad because this person disrespects you around every corner, or are you actually mad because you disrespect you around every corner? Are you upset that other people don't support you? Are you upset that you don't support you? Y'all need to learn to take people at face value, I'm hearing. Okay? Because for a lot of you guys, the way my guides want me to say this is kind of funny. Your haters, they hate on the front page. They own it. You hate yourself between the fine print. That's why it hurts more. All right? That is your collective, y'all. I will end it there. I feel like that was brutal enough where I can just leave it there. If you are watching this on YouTube, consider coming on over to Twitch. We have a great community here. Not all the readings are bloodbaths. A lot of them are. But not all of them are bloodbaths. But yeah. I hope to see you over here one day, and until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye. Oh my god, I can't. Hold on. I lost my mouse. Okay, there it is. Okay, now bye.